Good morning to all of you, and welcome back for the day two. And we had a wonderful day yesterday. I I hope all of you agree with that. It was both intellectually stimulating and it was quite rewarding sharing the experiences from each other. We saw Dr. Ashok Junjunwala's detailed presentation, I think, which is set a tone for what type of applications we are looking at the grassroots level. I'm sure that during today's discussion you will get many more examples from the grassroots or the innovations and various technological applications which has been in place, and also we'll get an idea that what is the expectations of the community, that is what you could see from the virtual congress yesterday, and how do you address this particular things. The question here is that it is not a static technology. Every day the technology is changing. I think 2 years back none of us heard about 3G or all this. So the technology is evolving at a much higher speed, and we need to keep an pace on the technology development. I think research and development in information and communication technology is also the key. It is not the application alone. The research and technology development for taking the technology to the communities, which is our ultimate goal, is going to be the key challenge in the near future. Not only that, it has to be cost effective. I think that is, without the cost effectiveness, it is not going to be possible to disseminate this to or to penetrate to the grassroots level. Like, say for example, all of us, all those who are in the high-end technology users, we all have iPad in our hand or Samsung Galaxy Tab and all these things, but the cost factor of it is about 42,000 rupees, or almost about $100,000. So is it affordable? I think that is what we need to do that. And you saw today's newspaper, who all would have seen that there was a box item saying that the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu has given a lot of laptop to the students, which they say that which my father would not have afforded to give it to me, now the government is giving. But can government go to the extent of subsidizing or supplying? Is it the primary job of the government to supply this, computers or those things? We do find a use in all these things. So now what is increasingly happening is that we are moving away from common platforms of use to the individualized use. So gone are those days where you have a computer room where 40 people share and all these things, or you go to a internet booth to do your data. Rather, all of us want to sit at home and look at those data. So I think that is one thing which you should need, and that is only possible when we look into the cost of the equipments or the technology or the softwares. All these things need to be taken into account, and that requires much more application of all our mind to make it cost effective and bring it down at an affordable price. I think that is the point number one. I think these platform technologies would definitely provide the solution to that. But at the same time, I think Dr. Swaminathan yesterday also mentioned the content is going to be the key. And content means it has to be always a dynamic content. Nobody is going to look at the same content after 3 days. Everybody is going to say that, oh, I'm going on getting the same information, same content. So I think our greatest challenge is also the content. And these contents need to be based on what Dr. Junjunwala yesterday also mentioned, that customized, individualized content creation for individual farmers. I think that is going to be a Herculean task. If you want to customize 100,000 farmers, giving them the specific information which is applicable to their own field or one profession, it is going to be a real challenge in developing the backup support. I'm not talking about what about the information you give. At the same time, we also need to look into the sharing of the information which we get from the, some people will have access to the technology or access to the instruments or access to the equipment. But how do they share with those who do not have access to those particular things? So the dissemination of knowledge beyond those who are very few lucky ones to have a gadget in their hand to get the information, how do they disseminate? So we need to develop some type of mechanism with that. And increasingly, we also need to find ways for what you call the public good technologies. All of you know that the technologies are already becoming property right issues. They have, like those who are having the Apple iPod, you know that for every application you have to use your credit card and get application for $5, $10 and all this thing. It is not very expensive, but the ease in which you have to use or get into that. So every technology is more or less going to be proprietary in nature. So I think we look for solutions for what you call the public good technology, which can be developed, which can be given or disseminated free of cost. In India, we see a lot of scope in this particular use of technology. I think all of you are aware this unique identification system which Mr. Nandan Nilekani is spearheading. There is a proposal that all the users could also be given a mobile phone based on this, whether their BPL family, their farmers group or the different target groups, where specific information can also be disseminated. But this also need to be seen that we can create a facility, but how they are used, I think that is one of the biggest challenge lies ahead of us. The experience which we have from the foundation, we have the village resource centers, village knowledge centers spread over 7 or 8 different states. We do find there are quite enthusiastic users of the technology. There are so users of the technology, and also there are non-users of the technology. I think there are, you can classify, there is not always, it is a green turf that where everybody uses the technology alike. So I think those who use it, they find a benefit out of it, and those who do not use it, they have not found a benefit, so that they are not coming forward to use this technology. And we need to analyze what are the factors which are responsible for not having access for this technology. In our foundation, Mr. Senthil will be making a detailed presentation about our information communication technology program. We reach somewhere around 100,000 farmers on a daily basis through agro advisories and all. But the question lies is that how many of the farmers are using those agro advisories on a day-to-day basis, and what has been its impact